Black supremacy. Give y'all a chance to come in. Black supremacy. With this particular video that I want to go live stream about is I want to talk about the intimate relationship between the disciple and the guru, or the devotee and the guru. A lot of people want to join organizations because they want to be a part of alternative social networks to the matrix, an alternative matrix, a support group to the matrix, a support component to the matrix, a matrix support group, a coping mechanism for the matrix. They're seeking social validation from an alternative means or extracurricular source. That's what our black organizations have become. They're not about true enlightenment. They're not about dissolving the artificial ego that is one's attachment to the matrix. They're not about that. It's friendship, a social group, a party. Not about the individual enlightening and waking up. King Noble Black Supremacy is about the individual awakening and enlightening, and if necessary, carrying the burden of enlightenment or carrying the burden of black supremacy by themselves, in the face of every and in the face of no one. It's not a codependent network. It's not just something else to be a part. It's about you actually waking up. It's about dissolving the artificial self, transcending the artificial world, and manifesting your divine selfhood, your role and your position in the manifestation of the true and divine reality. That's what black supremacy is about. Not seeking no validation from no groups, from no individuals. Just wanting to be a part of something. A feel-good group. No. Black supremacy is where your artificial self dies. The part of you that's seeking validation dies. You're no longer seeking validation from the masses of the asses. You're no longer trying to win a popularity contest. You no longer want to be in alignment with the sheeple. So black supremacy is that opportunity for you as an individual. It's where you look to the person next to you and say, you know, I don't care how serious you are, but I'm serious. No matter who that person is. It's about your own personal enlightenment. You waking up truly as an individual. And in order for that awakening to happen, you have to be willing to have your own unilateral an intimate relationship with the guru yourself. There are no intercessors to the Black Supreme God of the universe. You must establish that relationship based upon your sincerity, your loyalty, and your integrity. And the burden is on you. It's about your awakening. See, these other groups, they just want you to be a part of the group. They just want you to join them. Black supremacy can be an extremely lonely path where you are challenged to stand up as an individual for the truth of black supremacy against all, in the face of all. When you awaken to your capacity to do so, when you awaken to the divinity that lies within yourself, you looking for an organization. You want to hide in the masses. You want to hide in the group. You looking for somebody else to hold responsible, to hold hands with. You looking for a group because you believe that the group is validated. It's a lot of people that agree with this. There's a lot of people that's going along with that, so I guess it's okay. No. You're supposed to be on the side of the truth if it's not okay, if it's not popular, if it's not a lot of people. You're supposed to be on the side of the truth. You want to be a part of a group because you can't carry the weight of black supremacy on your own. You need a group to share it with. There's not enough compassion within you to carry it. You need to spread it around a little bit. See, when you follow King Noble Black Supremacy, it's all on you to stand up and go against the masses of asses if necessary. To stand for the unpopular, unorthodox, unaccepted, and rejected truth of King Noble Black Supremacy. It's like if you on a plane that's about to crash and everybody put their masks on. You don't look to the person next to you to see if they put their mask on correctly. You first got to put your damn mask on first. Some of you will look around and see who else got masks on to see if it's cool to be wearing a mask. To see if the person that you started with and got on the plane with, if they got their mask on. Then you say, well, I guess it's okay to keep my mask on. I guess we all wearing masks. It's cool. No. Black supremacy, you have to put that mask on yourself. And any other type of relationship other than the unilateral relationship, other than the intimate relationship between the devotee and the guru and the disciple is irrelevant and insignificant. That's the difference between an organization. You can be a part of an organization and still be asleep because you can hide in the group. But when black supremacy is challenging you to wake up, it's not a group. It's not an organization. It is an awakening. It is a state of sincerity that the individual themselves take on. It is a becomingness of the mind and consciousness of the individual. That you step on the path as though you are the only one and that you are the last and first. That's the type of sincerity that you are on the path with. You can't be on it with nobody else. It's not like a drug. You can't be on it with you can't pass it around and You can't share your own personal enlightenment to the capacity that you have awakened with someone else. You don't have that in common. You wake up at the level that you wake up, and the people around you will wake up at the level of which they will wake up. You can't make an organization out of the sleep. And you really don't need an organization for the awakening. The awakening gonna do what the awakening gonna do. They gonna stand for what they gonna stand for. Because that's the level that they have awakened to. That's how serious they are. They're not looking for no validation, no reason or no excuse. They're not looking for nobody to lean on. I'm okay, you okay. Relationship, we okay. Is everybody with me? No, go to your club, go to your concerts, join your organizations, join your sororities, join your fraternities if you want to be a part of something. But when you're ready to wake up as an individual, become a black supremacist. Join King Noble Black Supremacy. That's where you will be challenged to wake up as an individual. You will be challenged. That decision will be placed in front of you to wake up. And that's greater than it being an organization. Because it doesn't matter how many organizations we got. If nobody has woke up, if nobody stands for nothing, if nobody has no compassion, if nobody's willing to go against the grain, if nobody has tapped into the enormous power that they possess as a human being to represent change, doesn't matter how many organizations we have or how many groups we have or what group that you're a part of. It does not matter. You ain't gonna do nothing but just be a part of the group, the ritual, the tradition, and go along with that. That's another church. That's another form of the church. We're not setting up a church. There is no congregation. There is only the awakened being and the supreme being. There's only self-realization and God-realization. There is only God consciousness. There's no group. There's no organization. There's no church. All of that is a distraction. All of that is multiplicity. All of that is duality. In a true relationship between the disciple and guru, only the disciple and guru exists. No one else exists. There is nobody else. Only you and enlightenment exist. Only you and the awakened self exists as a totality of your reality. There's no group. There's no politics of a group. Who didn't come to service? Who didn't come to service? Who didn't come to this meeting? Who did come to this meeting? Who's still following? Who ain't following? That's all. That has nothing to do with waking up. That's the politics of an organization and of a group. You don't stand for the principles of the group. You just stand with the group. You stand for the group. Black supremacy, you must stand as the group. You must stand as the entity. You cannot be distracted. You cannot be confused. You're 100%, 1000%. Where there is an organization, where there is not an organization, that does not matter to you because you know what you stand for, what you are devoted to, what your consciousness is aware of. When you experience a divine reality, what you see out of your eyes, you don't need nobody else to see. Because if you do, you're doubting it. You go to other people and you say, do you see what I see? I guess if they don't see it, that means it's not real for you. If you can't see out of your own eyes, then you are still blind if you need others to see. But when you can see out of your own eyes, that's all you need is a divine reality that you can see that you are looking at. You don't need confirmation. You don't need validation. Any of that you're not seeing. You're not awakened. If you need somebody, anybody, to validate the reality that you're seeing, you have not woke up. You don't even see what you see to see if you're seeing or not seeing. That means you're asleep. So how can you validate your own awakening by what another individual or a group sees? You ain't woke up, because when you woke up, you see for yourself. And you stand up and take that position based on what you see, what you stand for, what's in your heart, what you acknowledge to be real. I had to go in on that. I had to go in that. Because I see that a lot of times it's you know, that's why nothing happens. Because it's all about the maintenance of organizations and groups. And the individual fully ain't woke up. You ain't fully stepped into it. You couldn't keep it going on your own. Because you still looking at a group. You can't even keep the message alive. Because you holding on to a group. You holding on to an organization. You holding on to people that are transient. They could be woke today and sleep tomorrow. They could realize it today and not realize it tomorrow. What about you, though? Once you wake up, you realize that the guru was your true identity. That the guru was yourself. Not your ego. But both the guru and the devotee is where God meets. Is where God meets and the ego dies. And one enters into the divine reality instantly. So you never abandon the guru, because there is no you to abandon a guru. That's your ego. The sense of you is abandoned when you truly merge into the divine reality that is presented to you by the guru. The guru is nothing but that which is totally symbolic and that which is totally situated in the divine consciousness of the divine reality. Situated there. Like a sign, you know, when you get to Alabama, it says home, sweet home, Alabama. The guru is like right there at the threshold. It's right on the other side of the sign of home, sweet home, or om, sweet om. So, but you leave yourself on the other side of that sign. And once you get on the other side, you dissolve, where you don't even see the guru anymore per se, but you see the totality of a divine reality of which the guru represented. But there's no self to abandon the guru. And there's no self to go beyond the abandonment. It's a total situation within the divine reality. So I had to go on that. And when I say guru, I'm saying not in, and you see it as in the Hindu sense of a guru. They water down that a little bit. When you see Hindus that present themselves as gurus, very watered down. A guru is a supreme leader. A supreme leader, and is not limited to just spiritual ideology and just spiritual information. A guru can speak on anything, man. You got these gurus, all they talk about is the self and self-realization. That's it. A guru can talk about anything, man. A guru can guide you in any aspect, in any dimension of your life, and can speak on any subjects. It's just that these Negroes are scared. These so-called Hindus are scared. So they have like a separation of church and state, where they just talk about the self and all that. They won't talk about politics. They won't talk about what's going on in the world, because they are scared of how they're going to be looked. A true guru is a supreme leader that will talk about anything. Can talk. If you're free and you're liberated, what can you not talk about? What is to limit the self, the divine self, to perceive? Where is the limitations? Why can't you not talk about it? Why you only have to talk about the Bhagavad Gita? The Bhagavad Gita, if you read it, is talking about the world at the time that Arjuna woke up and realized Krishna. It talked about what was going on in the world at the time in that story. So why the gurus today don't talk about what's going on in the world? You see a lot of gurus in India that are being taken down by the world. They being taken down. They called God men, self-styled God men, being taken down by the world, because they never acknowledged that they were supreme leadership. And there will be nowhere for you to stand in the world unless your light, your radiance, and your energy shines into all the crevices of all the dimensions of the world as an enlightened being. Least the darkness shall come upon you and smother you if your light does not shine into every dimension and every facet of it. So they don't want to deal with the world, but the world will definitely deal with their ass. That's a fact. The world is dealing with them in India. Guru after guru being taken down. Guru after guru being defamed. Being accused of rape. Being jailed. Guru after guru. In India. Because they don't want to be a supreme leader and change the world. Not realizing that there will be nowhere for us to stand if we don't change the world. The world is our lotus. The world is our lotus. The entire planet is the lotus of the Guru. Every part of the world must be enlightened. Every dimension and every facet must be enlightened. You cannot escape this. You can't hide nowhere now. I don't want to have a political conversation. I don't want to talk about politics. Politics is going to talk about you when you get powerful. When your influence becomes so great, politics are going to talk about you. So why not talk about politics? So you must, when I say guru, I mean supreme leader, not this weak entity that they have, this weak and passive non-political entity, non-revolutionary entity. Supreme leader. The true guru is a supreme leader that will change the world, that will rectify the world. But it will be through the disciples that have truly awakened, who are truly loyal and devoted. 1,000, 1,000,000% will the world be changed. The purpose of awakening the devotee is to change the world. Is to send entities into the world to spread the enlightened energy and consciousness to the planet so it will not be the same. The whole planet will become the divine reality when enlightened beings wake up and are sent into the world. The whole world will wake up, and that's the purpose. Not for the world to stay asleep. So, but it's an individual thing. A lot of you want to join a group. It's about a group. It ain't about no group. If it be a group, let it be because they are of the same consciousness, and it so happened to be. Not something man-made, some man-made organization where the people a part of it are not sincere and are really just codependent on the group. Don't let it be something like that. Don't just look for a group like a high school group. You want to be associated with the football team, with those that are cool, a college group, a Masonic group. Nah. You don't have to be loyal when there's a group. A group can always conspire either way. It's always a conspiracy when it comes to the group. Always. But when it comes to an individual awakening, you really have to deal with yourself. You really have to be sincere and true to what you're about. And that's what black supremacy is about. But I wanted to just touch on that, man. The relationship between the guru and the disciple is a very intimate relationship. It is not a three-way, four-way relationship. You cannot go to the group to understand your relationship to your disciple and to your relationship to a guru. You cannot understand your discipleship from a group. You cannot. You have to be true and sincere. The group cannot be sincere for you. The group cannot know for you. The group cannot wake up for you. You have to wake up. So your relationship must be an intimate relationship that you have based upon what is in your heart, based on your own sincerity, based on your own compassion. And if there are those that are there with you, that is fine. That is fine. They are there with you. They are unified in their sincerity and in their loyalty and in their devotion. This is good. But you are not distracted by them. Your level of devotion and sincerity is your own. It must be your own. Because it is reflective of your awakening. And when you have people like that who are really awakened, then you have something that is strong. Then you have something that is solid. You have a foundation that cannot be shaken. Because it's not about the maintenance of a group. If it's about the maintenance of a group, you should stay with your families. You should stay with the groups that you've always been a part of. You should stay in corporate America. If it's about the maintenance of a group, go to where they have groups. If it's about the maintenance of the group, everything in the world is about the maintenance of a group. Your local grocery store is the maintenance of an employee group, a management group. When you come into black supremacy, it's about the maintenance of your divine awakening in the face of a group and in the face of the masses. This is a fact. You've been a part of groups. You know what that look like. And what has it done for you? This ain't about no group. This is about your personal awakening as an individual and tapping into the divine power that you have in your role that you're going to play in the establishment of the divine black kingdom on earth. Your unique role. It's not going to take 1,000 people. It's not going to take 1,000,000 people. If one of you but knew your power. But it takes the guru and disciple relationship to awaken that power you have within you. It takes a supreme leadership to direct you and guide you in the manifestation of that power as it relates to the divine black reality. It takes that. You'll be surprised at the power you have within you. If you knew the power you had within you, you wouldn't be thinking about no goddamn group. You wouldn't be thinking about no goddamn organization. And y'all gotta excuse my language. I'm fired up about this subject. If you knew the power you had within you, if you knew that you are a one-man army, you are a one-woman army. You are one-man, one-woman army. You are one-child army. You're one little boy army. You're one little girl army. You're one grandmother army. You're one grandfather army. You're one senior citizen army. You're one disabled army. If you knew the power you possess, which can be awakened by supreme leadership, there's never been nothing wrong with the people. The only problem is the capability and the divinity within the people have yet to come in alignment with supreme leadership. Because if you got weak leadership, they don't know what to do with it. They don't know what to do with you but capitalize. How they gonna make money? Individualism, exploitation. How they gonna become materialistic? That's all they know. But when you come in the face of supreme leadership, they know how we gonna change some shit. They know how it's not gonna be how we left it. They know that it's gonna be how the world is gonna be transformed. So when the divinity of the people has that eclipse moment with supreme leadership, social change happens, world change happens. It's inescapable. It's inescapable. You're already talented. You're already gifted. The ancestors already sent you here. But supreme leadership must activate it, must utilize it, must put it in proper perspective. And you must step into the awakening of it. Forget a group. Forget an organization, man. You can't be loyal for nobody else. What you talking about? You can't be 100 for nobody else, man. You cannot be. So what you keep talking about a group? You might be way more turn up. You might be way more solid than any group you will ever come in contact with. Stop talking about organizations and groups. If it's an organization, it's just because it's like your body. You don't organize it, but your cells is on the same page. You ain't organizing your body, but your cells is in alignment and they make up you. When you step into your 100% loyalty, your 100% devotion, your 100% sincerity, and you commit your artificial self-suicide, the group that is in alignment with that will appear. What can be organized around that will happen. But it's secular to the awakening actually happening. Somebody requests to come on live video. But I had to build on this. Be sincere yourself to supreme leadership. Groups is a problem with the world, man. Organizations is a problem with the world. They stuck. They can't change. They're stagnant. Groups is why the world is the way it is today, because those groups want to survive. Those groups want to maintain. And they'll do anything to maintain. And in them trying to maintain, they maintain the world the way it is. Forget your groups and organizations, man. Establishing an intimate relationship with supreme leadership, with the guru. Connect yourself. Get on the path yourself. Connect yourself. Wake up yourself. And you'll be moved into divine position. I'm going to end this particular live stream. This Kingdom of Black Supremacy. Signing out.